How many of you are familiar with these supplies? How many of you know what diabetes is and how it can affect your body? Well, these supplies are just some of the supplies required to control diabetes. According to the National Institute of Diabetes, in the US alone, a new case of diabetes is diagnosed every 30 seconds. More than 1.9 million people are diagnosed each year. And from the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation fact sheet, diabetes currently affects more than 371 million people worldwide and is expected to affect 552 million by 2030. These are extreme numbers, and it is important to be familiar with this disease. Today I will inform you about diabetes and why you should be aware of it, the various symptoms, how it affects your body, and how to manage it properly. Let's begin by discussing what diabetes is and how the body is affected from it. What is diabetes? According to David Leslie's overview in Diabetes Clinician's Desk Reference, diabetes affects the body in several ways. Diabetes is a serious chronic hormonal condition where the body is unable to use energy from food properly. An increase in urine production, which is sweet due to the high glucose levels it contains, is caused by diabetes. Diabetes occurs when the pancreas makes ineffective insulin or fails in the production of insulin altogether. There are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. An easy way to understand diabetes is that the body cannot use sugar properly because of high levels of glucose. Now that we have a brief understanding of what diabetes is, let's take a look at the most common first signs. The most common first signs of diabetes, as pointed out from USA Today's Health Reports diabetes. Increased thirst and urination, excess sugar levels cause water to draw from the body tissues, and this sugary water is turned into urine. If the urine is too sugary, the kidneys kick in and produce more water to reduce sugar levels in the urine. Fatigue due to low sugar levels and energy. The body becomes tired easily and may make you feel irritable. Weight shifts and increased hunger. Since sugar is unavailable in the body's cells, the body searches for fuel, leading to increased appetite. With low levels of sugar, the body turns to fat for energy instead, which is the cause of weight loss. Blurred vision. High blood sugar is usually the case of blurred vision. Increased blood sugar causes a disturbance in the balance of fluid in the eyes. If frequent levels of high blood sugar, the eyes' blood vessels become weakened and may also bleed. Healing difficulties. When diabetes is uncontrolled, the body is unable to properly fight against germs and various other infections. How is diabetes treated and managed? Well, there are several different ways you can do to keep healthy with diabetes. There are several main aspects of treatment. The biggest treatment is the use of insulin. As stated by Dr. Diana Guthrie's book, Management of Diabetes Mellitus, when there is a deficiency of production of insulin, some attempt must be made up for the deficiency. This is where the use of insulin injections and insulin pumps come into play for managing insulin levels. Good nutrition is also key in order to controlling diabetes. According to CDC's book, Take Charge of Your Diabetes, eating less sugar helps control your blood glucose level, and recommends eating high fiber foods such as vegetables, dry beans, and fruit and whole grains. Physical activity is also recommended. It helps maintain weight and blood glucose levels. Physical activity also helps prevent heart and blood flow problems, which is prevalent in diabetics. Monitoring glucose. The CDC's book, Take Charge of Your Diabetes, also states, keeping your glucose levels to normal helps prevent or delay some diabetic problems such as eye disease, kidney disease, and nerve damage. This is done in several ways. Checking glucose levels several times a day using a self-monitoring blood glucose meter. Many people check 10 times a day. An A1C test. Getting an A1C test from your healthcare provider about every 3 months is recommended. Finally, counting carbs. As noted in Bob Green's book, The Best Life Guide to Managing Diabetes and Prediabetes, carbohydrates are so important because your body converts them into glucose. It's preferred fuel. It's what keeps your cells running most of the time. I hope you now have a general understanding of what diabetes is, how it affects the body, as well as identifying the early symptoms and knowing how it's treated. Over the time my speech was given, over 16 people in the United States alone have been diagnosed with diabetes. In just the US, there are also 7 million undiagnosed diabetics. From the information I've just provided you, I hope you are now familiar with how common diabetes is, how to identify it early on, and how to live a healthy, controlled life with it. Thank you.